Hello everybody, take two. I realized the first time that I did this that it was really loud when I was showing you the deli sheets. Deli sheets. So this is part 2 of the Curiosities layout, which means since I am doing the introduction to part 2, that these 5 deli sheets are getting added to the prize package. I also decided that, you know, if I get 100 subscribers, okay, so, you know, we started at 500, so if I get to 600, I'm going to add a second place. If I get to 700 subscribers, I will add a third place prize. If I get to 800, I'll add that, and so on and so on. So if I get to the 1,000, there will be 5 prizes drawn, 5 names drawn. However, I can't let anybody win twice. Just let you know, I want to have 5 different people if that does happen. I know it's wishful thinking, but if you don't put your goals out there, you know, you're not going to get them. So just to let you know that if for each 100 subscribers that are added, if I have 601 subscribers by January 15th, I will add a second place prize. It's not going to be like what this first place prize is. I just can't quite do it. So so the first video is processing. It's about an hour long on the Curiosities, and here is the finished page. I love how these tags turned out, the little doorknobs. They are awesome. I will show you how I made these in this second video. Cool, fun, easy process, really. You know, it's just playing with the colors until you get it right. And, yeah, you'll see how I do it on the video. Woot, woot, woot. The coloring, here, let me see. Gosh, this light gets so intense the wrong time. Do, 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 do. I love how the colors really do work so well with the page. And they're randomly placed, and they just turned out beautiful. So cool. I love it when it comes together, right? Okay. So here's part 2. Let's get to work. Let's finish up the pages. Let's get some stabiloing down on the lines. Let's edge everything like it should be. Let's stabilo on the inside, making some tags. I now have a whole bunch of these. Guess what's going to be part of the next prize? It's cool stuff here. I've got a bunch of them. Yeah. Have a safe evening, and of course, best wishes for everybody to have a safe, happy, joyous, healthy, successful new year. May your dreams come true. All right, bye. Hello once again, my beautiful people. Okay, so everything has dried. Oops, I don't even remember how I did this. So, I like the way that I did these doors better, because this really doesn't have that sturdy of a flap because of the way that it's done. It's not horrible, But it'd be kind of cool to get a little bit extra, maybe some of the Fabri-Tac. Let's try some of that. This stuff's kind of miracle cure-all here, it seems like sometimes. Let's see if I can get those goobers off of it. Oh, good. So I'm just trying to get this to stick down like that. Now you just take a little stick here. I'm just going to try to run that along there. One more time. There we go. Fabri-Tac dries super fast. Love it. It's a great, great tool. Definitely one that will now forevermore be in my toolbox now that I've used it for a while. I really do like its properties. It's a very strong hold. It's a very fast dry. If you are sensitive to smells, it does have a chemical smell. A little bit like alcohol, probably. It's it's a stronger glue, so it does have a little bit different properties than what we're used to with our mild-mannered Mod Podge. And Mod Podge is really a mild glue. It does wonderful things, but as we know, it doesn't always do what we need it to do. And sometimes the Fabri-Tac does leave behind a residue, so we try to clean that up as much as possible. And sometimes that works, and sometimes it doesn't. Just trying to ensure that these little things don't rip off. Well, kind of, so if somebody isn't gentle with them, which can happen just by opening and closing. Not that anybody would purposely hurt my book, but it could happen. Okay. Put that over there. Find the lid. Put the lid on. Hey, I put a lid on. Oh, what day is it today? I think it is still the 28th. I need to start saying the days because I have backloads of videos. And I'm posting right now. I'm working on the part 2 of the Jelly Press Metallics. So, some of you will want to watch those. It's just kind of the same old thing, but, it's what happens after all the layers on the Jelly Press. Okay, so one thing that I really love about this side that is not as cool on this side is you see how these have these extra little deli sheet pieces in there? Just kind of these little random one-offs. I'm going to put that one there. What do I want to do here? I like having it not be quite so rigid. That's even kind of cool. I like these guys, but that would give it something different, right? How about if we do this? I need to get a new jar of old Mod Podge. Oh, I do have a jar of Mod Podge. Yay. What the heck happened here? Glue combined with, I would say that's Distress ink. Ink spray. Cleaning off that jar very nicely. I might have been packing this and it leaked. Oh, goodness. Oh, come on, man. Oh, we got quite the film on this guy. Oh, come on now. Time out. Mod Podge emergency. Emergency 911. What's your problem? I have a Mod Podge issue. Oh. You just can't be afraid to get dirty in this job. You know? You just can't be scared. No fear. That was a very healthy peeling of glue. Let's get this guy. I'm not going to close. That's why it did that, is because this was not airtight. Ugh. I got under my fingernails now. Why are your fingernails so dirty? Oh, because I play with art supplies. Okay. Where was I? What was I doing? Making a mess. Ooh, I'm almost out of these. These things. Paper towels. Okay, where's my little piece here? I wanted to do something fun. Kind of work on softening this edge a little bit. It's very crisp. Again, I kind of like that random look. I don't want to cover up too much of him though, because he's too cool. There we go. Put the crease back in there. And bring this guy down on this edge. Here. So again, these are just my deli sheets that I make with my jelly press. Happily. I love making my jelly press sheets. I think they turn out fabulous. I use them for so many different pieces of art. I really do. I use them for everything I make. I'm just going to put this random piece of pink in here somewhere. I didn't put that guy down. I need to put that guy down. That looked good there. Let's put this pink right here. Kind of covers up her shoes a little bit, but yeah, it's alright. Just softening. We're just adding a little extra texture. We're adding a little extra interest underneath of these little windows. There we go. So pretty. Let's kind of cut off that line there. What else do we got here? What other colors? Let's pull in this one here. This blue. It's beautiful. Don't want to cover up her face. There we go. And one more layer, because it just needs one more little breakup in between the two. And this is all just kind of done intuitively as far as the color goes. There's no rhyme or reason as to why I add this piece of paper here or add this there. It was completely unnecessary and not something I needed to do, but for me, I think it adds. So that's why I do it. All right, you know, just a couple little extra pieces here and there. Got the Fabri-Tac in there. I got glue under my fingernails. Drive me crazy. So now we kind of have some fun decisions here. What type of openings should we use? What type of pull handles, you know? Where's my bone folder here? This did not get really pushed down too well. There we go. So I just added an extra crease in there to let it sit down flatter. You can do this. You don't need a bone folder. You can do this with anything that you've got laying around. Just something that won't cut through it is the big deal. You don't want to cut it. Okay, so I got a little flaps. What do we want to do with our little flappies? What do you think, folks? No brads. Thinking of rivets. What else can we use? Little hookies would be cool. Little hook and eyes, but that's not going to work. Snaps. Snap down. Maybe I just leave it as it is. And just kind of let those be what they are. Let's pull out the Saison. My good round Saison. My good stuff. There. Uh-oh. That's that glass that didn't break earlier. I probably am breaking it now. Swear. It's a mess here. It's a mess. Interesting. Interesting way that this page feels. I guess maybe it hasn't dried all the way. That's strange. Alright, let's see what we can do here with some edging. We'll start with some edging first. Don't really want to throw it across the whole piece of artwork. But remember, we do want this to look grungy and antique-y. So let's, I don't like that line. Still can't find that piece of foam. I still have stuff all over my hands. I still have my little space heater going, guys, so I'm sorry if you hear that noise. I've had somebody complain about the volume of my channel, and I'm sorry if you can't hear me very well. I don't know why that would be. I think the majority of the people can hear okay. But if everybody's having an issue with that, please let me know. I can somewhat go in while I'm editing the videos and turn up the volume, but to me it already feels like it's pretty high. So if you would all let me know how it feels for you. Now, you can't go off of the one where I'm in the laundry room, because that was just loud. and obnoxious. So, yeah, you can't really judge the channel off of the laundry room live video. But, you know, I wanted to work, and I wanted to bring you along with what I was doing, and so that's why I did the live, and that's why I recorded while I was working. So, there's not much you can do when you're in a laundry room and laundry's going. Hate to say it. Just trying to get all the white gone, get those edges addressed. Here also. And now I'm getting brown ink all over my hands. So you just have to be aware of that when you go to your other pages in your book, or you'll be upset. I got my book all dirty. What do you expect? Look at your hands. Oh yeah. Good point. Now, other things that you could use to do this with, you could do this with the Stabilo, for sure. I was just wanting to get into these cracks a little better, and I will go over with the Stabilo also. I do love the Timber Brown stays on. I really do. It's just a softer color than the black, you know? It's earthier for me. Use whichever one you want to use. That's important. Find the products that you like to use and use them. Okay, we're going to take out that little bit and that little bit. So alcohol again will erase stays on to a point. It won't come, you know, don't ask it to do more than what it can, but it does absolutely help with blotches that you might not love. That one, this one I don't particularly love, and this one got a little thick right there. Pull this back a little bit. That deli sheet is really beautiful under there, so to cover it all up with stays on is unnecessary, truly. So let's see, what else can we do here? Let's go through with our Stabilo. Hold on, let me turn off this heater because now I'm boiling. Heating, boiling, heating, boiling, heating, boiling. Freezing, boiling, freezing, boiling. Okay. And this guy didn't get done, obviously. Now you can use your ink pads to do this. Whatever tools make you happy. Kind of like the randomness of this. And the edging. Let's see here. I'm just kind of spreading that color around, the ink around just a little bit more here. And we're going to do a couple more things here. I always kind of start with the stays on. Where'd the lid go? Up here. Okay. Alright. It's hard to keep you guys right in the direct middle. And my eyes are tweaking out. I'm tired. I'm tired. They're twitching. That stinks. I hate that. Okay. Yeah, this guy's sitting right here. And I keep looking at it. And Distress Marker, Peacock Feathers. Well, Peacock Feathers is one of my favorite colors. Look how nicely that completely covers up that wood. Yay. Let's get rid of some white. Whatever remaining white is there. This Peacock Feathers is a perfect complementary color to what we got happening. What we have happening here. Use proper English. What a concept. What we got's going. I don't think we want to do that. I think we want to use our Stabilo on the inside. But here, Peacock Feathers is perfect. Now the only thing that I would say about this here is that it's not it's water soluble. So you don't want this marker to get on your image if it gets wet. So we just hope that nothing ever happens to our books. Don't sit out in the rain with the book, okay? It'll get all bad. That'd be a bad scene. What, it's not waterproof? No. Is most artwork waterproof? Is it supposed to be? I don't like it on the underneath as much. I keep screwing up. I'll go back and fix it though. And this has a little bit of a frayed end. The pieces didn't, quite work out as perfectly together as you'd hope. But they still look pretty darn good. And we're going to go through and take this in through here. I don't know if I should have done that. Probably should have done that with a Stabilo. So don't do that. Okay, let's see here. Let's use a little bit of this. Very nice coloring there. And just make it look as natural as possible. Let's see what we got here. Let's cover this guy. There we go, right there. That. Perfect. Here. Like it. Like it. It's getting better, huh? Oops. Oh, there's a fine point on there too. These are, I don't use the distress markers much, but I like them. I would say that I could definitely use more of those. All right, so I have done some stabiloing over here, and really don't want to put that dirty finger in my mouth to smudge. I guess I will. I'm not scared. I'm not scared. Mm-hmm. You know, we always leave a bit of our DNA behind in our artwork. I generally, well, you saw me bleed earlier onto here. It's just part of being an artist, I think. But I guess that's the way in the future for them to prove that it's us, huh? Kind of funny. With some of the old masters, they left fingerprints in the paint. so they could verify whether it was really that artist's painting or not because of the fingerprints. True story. And I paint with my fingers sometimes. So yeah. We're going to cover that up a little bit with the Stabilo here and try to make that all be right. Let's do this. Damp paintbrush. Damper than I thought it was, actually. We're just trying to kind of make that less blah. It's pretty dark. Or pretty, you know, the paper itself is a little bit boring. It's cool paper, but if you don't design it at all, decorate it, I suppose, add some coolness factor to it, it's kind of dead stuff. So let's put a Stabilo around the inside. All right, let's get some goodies down here. This guy edged out. And define your corners, define your edges. Push it up here. Push it out of the way. Grunge it up. Pull it in through here and through there. Blue. There. Come down here. Nice dark line occasionally is a good thing. Beautiful. Put a line down right in there because I like it. I like it. All right. Hello, handsome. I have a feeling he was only about 5'3". Are you kidding? Let's get the inside of this. Very white under here. So let's grab this guy. Actually, let's push this in here. Push that. That's where the glue is at, honestly. Okay. And this covers the... inner stuff well. Sounds like your video just finished. This was a video that I started, the jelly press video, started a while back. I probably did it 2 weeks ago. I think it's kind of a cool page. Let's see here. Stabilo down here. There's some extra little grungy through there. A little grunge on this side. Alright. Alright. I don't know how I got into the habit of saying that so much. This is probably just from talking to myself as much as I do. I think that's kind of cool, just like that. I had considered putting wording like greatest show on earth, or you know, the little circus posters on these. But I think that there's something really unique about them being interactive like this. These two have a little bit more coloring in them, which I colored them by hand. I love them. I just kind of discovered something here in just a second. This is the peacock feathers again. So as I go along and accentuate the stabilo, it really makes this beautiful color in here. Now you have to be sure to kind of wipe it after you do it. But the shadow is really gorgeous that it creates. I mean, that's pretty cool. I'm going to pull that back just a little bit. I'm going to clean out that brush. Got Stabilo in it. This one got a little dirty. See? You can control the grunge. And since this pink is so Pepto-Bismol, but I wanted it to have the feel of the red and you know, cream, dirty color. You know, that's what I'm going for. So let's just push this line here just a little bit so that we feel that tint indication. All right, it was a little minor thing, but I thought that it did change the essence enough that you should see what I was doing with it. There. It came off pretty easily. This needs to be straightened out here too. Sometimes it gets a little too grungy. Just move the paint and stuff out of the way. Ooh, that one's really grungier than what it should be, huh? That yellow is quite beautiful. Mm-hmm. I could just keep working these for days, as we well know. But of course, that's why it ends up having great dimension and interest and push and pull. And kind of feels like that should be right there in the center of that, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. I don't know why, but it needs it. With my dirty fingers, just adding that one little square of yellow. Anything else need any contrast? Oh, really, computer? Kind of feels like patches. I don't like this one as much as I love this one. This one fits. This one I don't think is necessary. And sometimes you don't know until you put it on and try it out. It does look a little bit dirty though. All right, guys. Have a good night. Take care. Bye-bye. Hello, artists. Stephanie here. Back with you in Concord, California. My desk is a mess. It is bona fide mess. Okay, so this is actually a leather punch, and I do have a crop-a-dial also. But I find if I have something that's up close, I'm sorry, I have a crop-a-dial also. The crop-a-dial really for me only works if I have something that is, you know, needs to go 4 or 6 inches in. Otherwise, the crop-a-dial seems to be a little bit cumbersome, and I find that working with these tools actually does give me greater control over what I'm doing. And this guy is super sharp. I've never had an issue with it. I don't know if I have this on my product list. This is, I think, $12, and this guy I think was like $8 or $9. Very much so worth it. Yeah, I'm gonna put that. I don't want to make it like absolutely perfect center, because the perfect center can be really boring. So that did not go all the way through. Yes, it did. It's just it didn't pop out. There it is. Okay, my albino guy. Let's go up here with him. And my gun lady, we'll take her down here. And this guy will go in here. And my bearded lady. Uh-oh. Oh, the one thing you do have to watch out for, if you do this, it doesn't close. You gotta really, yeah, you need that latcher there, but the latcher is kind of a pain in the butt. Okay, there we go. It just cuts right through super easy. It's a heavy-duty tool, but well worth it. It has, you know, numerous sizes for different holes. I really do like this tool. And I will try to get that on the Amazon list. Okay, I need to get in here. Oh. Have more tubs of stuff sitting around my desk. It's insane. Snaps. Oh, snaps might have worked. Keep them shut. I'm looking for my rivets. There's my X-Acto blades. Erasers. Rivets. Alright, and I have all sorts of different rivets here. Different colors, shapes. I try to stay with the same size because I find that it's confusing if you switch sizes. These look like a little bit smaller ones, however. Let's see here what these guys look like. Will they fit? Why, yes. Yes, they will. Okay. So, the bally part, I believe, goes on the bottom. And it's quick squeeze. See? And it's so much easier than trying to fight with that, with the crop-a-dial. Again, the crop-a-dial has its place, but it has its place mainly if you can't really truly get into those deep dark recesses. If you can only afford to get one, I would probably get the crop-a-dial just for the reach potential, because this, you can see, you can only go about 1 inch in. But if you have the opportunity to get both, you know, it just takes a quick second. It's so easy to use this guy. It's a little handheld. I'm just getting it pushed in there as well as possible. Dun, dun, dun. I guess I'm kind of using the same color here. Not really intending that. But I have. Oh, that stinks. You'll see that lovely action there. Now there are little magnets in this particular thing. Thankfully. Oh, shoot. Well, I guess I'm not going to use these taggy things because I was going to put them on with that. So I'm not doing that route. I guess I'm doing the other tags route. Okay. Well, sometimes life decides for you. Sometimes you mess up, and I definitely do not want to do it all the way over again. I could put a little string pull on there. A little piece of leather would be fine. What else could I use there? Other solutions. That little cedar plank does have a tendency to kind of buckle a little bit, which is okay in this respect because of the feel that I want. It is kind of that rustic thing, you know. I want it to be that way. So, don't you love how just gluing down different colors of deli sheets over the top of each other? Just the look that that gives you over the top of the wording, you know? It's, I swear, deli sheets, I love them. I live by them. You know, this is just strips of deli sheet placed down. I hope I showed you that properly. Yeah, I just cut it into strips and laid it down. Overlapped some of them, kind of crisscrossed some of them, so that you got a different variation. And then bigger pieces, smaller pieces, little tiny pieces. All of those great, wonderful things that you can do with deli sheets. They are an amazing tool. They save me so much time, honestly. Just having those pages of color. And you don't have to use like deli sheets. You could also use freezer paper. Tracing paper would work. Any type of lightweight paper would have to work with this. You know, you can even use copy paper when you're making your jelly press deli sheets. It doesn't have to be deli paper. I just happen to like the deli paper. I know in some other parts of the world you can't quite get it that easily. Possibly if you have like a really heavy tissue paper, that might work. Okay, so, key tags. Now, these are actually like the price tags that I have for my business. I hang them from my paintings. And then I've actually decided to use these as my journal numbers. So, I need to make a couple more of these, I think. Since I need 7 of them, I will show you how I make these up. Well, I'll just make them all up. Well, let's find the bucket first before you pour them all out, you goofball. Okay, so I'm just taking a regular... I laugh at my... Ooh, that was green chili in there. Salsa verde. You know, you wash them out, but it still kind of has that residue, especially when you put the lid on and all that. Okay, we're going to move the book out of the way We're going to move the photos out of the way. We're going to move anything important out of the way. Hello, computer. Because we don't want to get things gicked up. Let's start. So I basically just kind of do this like I do my, I do everything. And this was one of the spray bottles that didn't work. So we're just going to dump some in there. Let's see here. I don't want any single one to get too much, right? Give it a good shake. There's quite a bit of paint in there, as you can tell. Now, not everyone is going to have this paint on it. It's meant to be, you know, just kind of hit and miss with things. It's not meant to fully cover that piece. See how some of those have that covering? And let's throw some mustard seed in there. It's right there. So it's a great color. This will also disperse that bronze a little bit. And we don't want them all fully yellow either, right? We want them all colors. Or whatever vintage colors we decide to add. Of course, we know that was going to happen, right? Oh. This ground espresso is really dark. I don't think this cherry pie works. Yeah. These dang sprayers that never work. Let's throw in some of this. Well, there's really nothing left of this tangerine. Throw that in there. Oh, well, there was. There was more in there than I thought there was. Okay, well, that got used up. Hopefully that doesn't make them look really red. And hopefully that didn't just go onto my floor. Okay, looks good. Looks good. Looks good. Let's throw. I like having a shimmer to these. If you do not like shimmer, don't use shimmer. I like shimmer. And this, this is the Delusions Shimmer Spray. I think I have a link to this. Delusions Teal. So orange and blue make brown. They're opposites on the color wheel, or very close to opposites on the color wheel. So they will actually, it'll calm down that color that's there while still keeping it very vibrant. Ooh, picked raspberry, that's always a great color. Ooh, those are cool. They're cool. All right. I'm going to be a little bit less generous with this. And again, we are looking for kind of a vintagey brown color. So, all right. I think the last color that I actually want to go back in there with is it more of the mustard seed? What else do I have here? Some blue. This is silver. Distress mica spray. I'm going to throw some of this ground espresso in there too. See if this one works. Oh, it does. Hey, hey. Those are really pretty. The silver is really a transparent color, translucent color. And again, we're looking for stuff to get it a good glitter. We're going to add in some drops of this. Let's just add it to the outside. See if that works. This is how I experiment, guys. You know, I don't really ever have any pure plan of what I'm going to come up with. I don't know what this is going to look like when it's done. I'm liking what it's got. You see, we've got some really dark color, but look at that shimmer in there. Those are beautiful. All right, we're going to throw a little bit more of the yellow in. And I'm going to just go off the walls again of the jar. That will push that ink down to the bottom. I want something plastic underneath of this so that it doesn't get everywhere. All right. Ooh. So I did it so hard that I actually caused the paper to kind of disintegrate like on that one. Now, even though it really pushed the boundaries of the paper, I actually like them. I think they're super distressed. They're so distressed. Let me get some more paint on some of these here. We just don't want white showing anywhere. So at this point, the mustard seed really does do its job, taking down the white. You may think, no, not the yellow, but you gotta trust me on this. Oh, probably that steely ball in there didn't help any. Makes things a little bit rough and tumble. So these didn't really turn out like these guys. These guys I used much less colors variation. I just used the amber and gold. I don't know what else. So this one has a lot more variation. But wow, look at how cool that one is. I love the blues and the orange. Okay, so these are just key tags. I got these at Office Depot. I don't know whose phone number that is. Forgive me, whomever's phone number that is. Sorry. Could be some guys. Could be, I don't know whose. I don't know whose it is. Unless it's in my phone, I have no clue. That one's great. So now I just have to let these dry. And then I'm going to put numbers on them. I guess. Oh, look at that. So those parts that did get the espresso on there. want to do that too much because I don't want it to be just one solid thing. I like it though. So these are just, you know, white paper here, white paper tags. With layers and layers of stuff on them. And for one of my future videos, I will add a few of these into the package. Probably 5. I will add 5 to the package in a future video if we get there. Okay, you guys have a lot of, I'm not sure why you're getting so bright of colors on here. All right, it's very reflective, I guess. The silver is really reflective. Cool stuff. Cool stuff. A little bit more of this red on here. There's kind of a purpley red, but you know, just a little bit extra. See here, that color just disappeared. It's not like it's going to stay that color once it's on the tag itself. It just kind of disperses and blends. Really tiny. Okay. There we go. I don't like that color right there. So make it different. If you don't like it, change it. You have the power. You have the power. Okay. So, these, like I said, we'll just get a number. They'll get attached, strung in through those books, and through these. I don't want to do it because it's really wet. Of course, I want to do it because now I want to see it. Seriously, folks. You know, I have no patience, right? I do. I have a lot of patience, truly. It just, sometimes I don't have as much as I should. This guy's still wet. I'm gonna get it on my deli sheets. Oh, come on. Oh, really now? You're gonna be that difficult for me? Come on, don't be so difficult. Don't be such a poop. Of course, it's upside down from the pink. You want the pink side up on that guy, right? Don't you agree? I think so. Let's flip it. I don't want to pop all of the paper out of here because it's really wet and it's very fragile. You could put Mod Podge over the top of it. That would probably make it less fragile. you know, thicken it up, harden it up a little with the glue. There. I don't even know if I want to put the numbers on them. I don't think I do. I think I want to leave it just as it is. Let's just dry it off here just a little bit. Are you still in camera? Hope so. Come on, Booga. Okay, let's move these out of the way. That out of the way. I'm kind of worried. Well, they're light enough. I think that they'll go flat enough. You know, and once this book gets all bulky, it doesn't really matter anyway, does it? As to for how much room the guys are going to take up. Let's get a little fine paintbrush here. These are all water soluble, so it's going to change the look and the consistency of it. But we need to stiffen that up a bit too. It'd be better if I did this not after they're on here. The more you smear, the more it's going to smear. This will give it a very leather-like texture, though. I can see that it's going to work well, even just right here with this guy. I want to clean that off a little because I'm fussy that way. I like it. I like it with the Mod Podge on it. It is changing the color. Absolutely. No doubt about it, but it's going to give the paper a different texture. And as we know, grunge is good. If you dab instead of smear, you'd be better off, I would think. these to look clean. I want them to look grungy. Used old leather tags. Right? It's almost dry. Look at that, covered up in there. Now that I've done it a little bit, I do want to kind of cover up that bright silver color. Why would you do that? Well, why wouldn't you? It looks cooler, and it's better for the paper, and it's going to last longer, and it'll be cool when it's done. Guarantee it. So I won't keep you here for all of this. I'll most likely edit out some of this here. But it's kind of fascinating watching what happens to the paper too.